All right. Okay. So, all eyes on you. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're going to get started. All right, so just a couple of little things for access to care at Bronson. On your screen, there are a whole bunch of really great information with some QR codes. If you are interested in finding a doctor or needing care or Bronson My Chart help or any billing questions, these QR codes on the screen, feel free to scan them and they will bring you to the right place that you need to be to find a doctor if you need care, get help with Bronson My Chart, answers to your billing questions, or if you need a price estimate. I'll leave those up for a second in case anybody wants to grab those. And while those are on the screen, I do want to just kind of preface this All Eyes on You class with saying that I am not an eye care professional. So these things that we're going to be learning today are more so just tips and tricks that are suggested by the professionals from reputable sources on things you can do to take care of your eyes. So when it comes to individual eye care and individual issues you're having with eyes, I personally will not be able to answer those questions, but hopefully you can take some of this information and then bring that to your eye care doctor if you need. All right, so we are going to start with our class with a kind of a list of things we're going to be talking about today. So today we're going to learn how we can protect our vision with some tips and tricks. You're going to learn 7 tips for how you can take care of your eyes, and you're going to make a plan to do one thing you learned in this session this week to help keep your eyes healthy. Because our eyes and our whole body are all important. Okay, so just want to know from you all, which you can type in the chat or you can unmute if you do not have the chat option or do not feel like typing in the chat option. What color are your eyes? We got blue. Awesome. I personally have brown, green, black. Lovely. Brown. Wonderful. I had a friend in when I went to elementary school and high school who had one blue eye and one brown eye. It was the most beautiful eyes I've ever seen in my entire life. All right, brown, brown, brown. Yep, me too. Brown eyes here. All right. So, thank you all for typing in the chat. Like I said, if you do not have the option to type in the chat, feel free to you feel free to unmute yourself if you need to. Okay. Okay, so how today's class is going to work is we're going to go through a couple of tips, but I'm going to give you guys a couple of clues for these tips. And I want you to type in the chat or unmute yourself if you have a guess as to what this tip might be. So the first clue that I have for you is this is something you should do at least once a year or when you are experiencing eye trouble. If you have a guess as to what that might be, feel free to type it in the chat or unmute. All right, we got some good ideas here. We got get an eye exam, see the eye doctor, another exam. You guys are right on it. That is correct. All right, so what you want to do is you want to make sure to visit your optometrist or ophthalmologist for an eye exam. The reason is because they can do a lot of things for you. So optometrists and ophthalmologists are professionals who have gone to school to check for a lot of different things. So they can check your eyes for problems or vision issues you might be experiencing. They provide total eye care because they can diagnose and treat any damage to your eyes or if you have any disease happening to your eyes. They also, of course, give eye exams. They can help with vision correction by prescribing glasses and contact lenses, and they can help to explain what normal aging looks like when it comes to eye care and eye changes and what it looks like for you as an individual. So I want to know from you guys, you can just type in the chat or unmute. Do any of you guys enjoy going to the eye doctor? I personally like to. I used to hate it. But now I enjoy it because I love looking at the glasses and all those cute things that they can offer now. Oh, someone says better than the dentist. I agree with you there. I much would rather go to the eye doctor than the dentist, but I know both are very important. All right, we have a couple no's, but we have mostly yeses.
Yeah,
Okay.
I like going to the eye doctor because my eyes are bad. So I like to see if they getting worse or better or staying the same.
Exactly, thank you, Essie. That is same with me, which it's kind of disappointing when I go and they tell me that my eyes are getting worse. So when I was young, I had 20/20 vision, but now I have, and I've never had glasses when I was growing up, but now I have glasses, which are totally okay because they're really cute. I don't wear them like I should, as you see me right now. I don't have my glasses on, but I should be wearing them. So, Essie, that is totally true. And then we have Motorola who says they've never been to one. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for sharing. Okay, let's move on to clue number 2. Okay. So the clue is frequent exposure to blank without proper protection can damage eyes. Wear blank to keep your eyes safe. Anybody have guesses as to what that might be? All right.
Sun and sunglasses.
Yes, good job. Awesome.
I
Thank
had
you.
I was in Georgia one time and I sunburned my eyes. I had to go to the hospital and they told me my eyes were sunburned.
My
I
goodness.
had burnt
Oh
my
my
eye.
word.
Yeah,
That probably did not feel very great either. Oh
it
my
did.
goodness.
It didn't.
Oh man. Okay, yes. Well, you guys are all on it. That is true.
It's a good
Sun
thing I
and
wasn't
sun.
the one that was driving because we'd have been dead if I had to drive.
Oh
Somebody
my goodness.
hospital.
That is super scary. That is very, very scary. Oh my goodness. I know it's really interesting because when you're in the car or when you're driving, you don't really feel like, oh, I'm exposed to sun, but actually you are. So my husband's uncle was a truck driver and he had would get sunburns on his arms all the time because when he's driving through driving in the truck, you just have the sun still shining on you. And since he's driving, he's like, oh, I don't need sunblock. I don't need sunglasses or anything, but actually you can still get those are still important to pay attention to. So, okay, so you guys are right. UV rays and wear sunglasses. So, UV rays come from a lot of different things. They come from sunlight, they can come from tanning beds, they can come from black light lamps and other forms of light. Now, the UV rays, yes, they come directly from the sun, but it's important to know they can also be reflected. So the UV rays can be reflected from the ground, if there's snow, if there's water or sand or other bright surfaces. So I don't know about you, but in the, winter time in Michigan when there is a beautiful, beautiful sunshiny day and you have all that bright snow on the ground, I feel like it's even harder to see in the wintertime than it is in the summertime because of the reflection of the sun from the snow. So, we want to make sure to protect our eyes that we are wearing the right kind of sunglasses. And this includes even when it's cloudy outside. So, when I was a young old kid, I thought that when it was cloudy out that the sun couldn't hurt me, and so I decided to wear tanning oil on a cloudy day, and that was a horrible mistake. I got super, 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 super burned. So it's important to know that the sun can still get you when it's cloudy out. So we want to make sure we're choosing the right sunglasses, and those types of sunglasses should block 99 to 100% of both the UVA and the UVB rays. You also want to make sure that they help to reduce glare, they are comfortable and they fit your face well, and they protect your eyes. Now, you can also wear a wide brimmed hat to kind of help a little bit as well, but if you can wear sunglasses and a wide brimmed hat, you're good at protecting your eyes from those harmful rays. Does anybody have a favorite pair of sunglasses? Feel free to type in the chat or unmute. I'd love to know. I just bought a new pair because my favorite pair broke. It was really sad. But Nikki says they have transition glasses. Lovely. Does anybody have like a particular brand that they're kind of loyal to when it comes to sunglasses, or is it kind of just whatever is protective and looks good. No worries. Feel free to keep typing in the chat if you have anything. But if not, oh, Ray-Ban, yeah, Vera Wang, fabulous. Oh yeah, I do love some Ray-Ban. I've never tried Vera Wang, but I should try them out. I just bought a new pair, but I don't remember what brand it is. But they're really nice. They're big and they protect my eyes really well. All right, Motorola says as long as they're protective and look good. Awesome. All right, thank you everybody for sharing. Okay, tip 3, or clue for tip 3 rather. All right. Visiting your optometrist, ophthalmologist, and or primary care doctor for regular exams and discussing your family history with them can help blank. Any ideas as what that might be?
I'd say help identify any problems that you may have.
Right on it, Joe. Yes. Nice job. All right. That is correct. They can diagnose and treat eye conditions or eye issues that you might have. So, your doctor can help treat, slow down, and or manage disease, and they can also help determine if you are at a higher risk of inheriting certain eye conditions. So, there are certain eye conditions that are more likely when they are hereditary. So, by discussing your family history with your doctor, is a great way for them to kind of keep an eye out, watch for any issues that they might see, and of course diagnose, treat, and manage those conditions. So visiting your eye doctor is very important, and like we said at the beginning of this class, visiting them at least once a year to keep up on your eye health. Oh yeah, Motorola said prevent macular degeneration. Yeah, see, they can diagnose and treat all different types of eye conditions, including that. Thank you for your guesses. Okay. So now I want to know from you all, do you wear glasses or contact lenses or just no? All right, Nikki says yes.
You're right.
All right. Got a couple of yeses here. Only when I'm reading, 24/7. Yeah, okay. So quite a few of us wear glasses. Does anybody have glasses that they're supposed to wear but they don't? Like me, even though I should. Okay. All right, Motorola says no, just sunglasses. Essie says yes. Okay, yes. So, of course, if our eye doctor is telling us that we should wear glasses, we should be wearing eyeglasses. I am not being a very good example right here, not wearing mine. So, make sure you're listening to your doctor about that. Okay. Tip or clue rather for tip number 4. Wearing this while playing sports or doing activities around the home helps lower the risk for eye injury, vision damage, and sight loss. Okay, Nikki says safety glasses. Good. Any other guesses? Goggles? Yep, got some goggles. Mhm. Let's see, which I believe you guys are correct. We want to make sure that we are wearing protective gear and eyewear when we are doing things around the house or doing lawn work. It's very, very important. Or if you're in construction and at work. So, protective gear and eyewear is a very important thing. It helps to lower your risk of eye injury. Um, the American Academy of Ophthalmology actually says that more than 90% of eye injuries can be avoided by wearing proper eye protection. And I have a story to go with that. So my father-in-law, he was doing a job when he was really young, and what had happened is at his job something came back and it hit him in the eye, and he actually lost complete vision in one of his eyes. So when he was about 20 years old or so, he became blind in one eye because of an injury that had happened when he wasn't wearing the proper protective gear and eyewear. So now, whenever he is doing anything, whether it's working around the house, doing lawn work, gardening, whatever it is, he makes sure to wear that protective eye gear and eyewear. It's really very important because those things, just can happen very, very quickly, and you don't think it will happen to you until it does. And so, like the American Academy of Ophthalmology says, by wearing proper eye protection, more than 90% of eye injuries can be avoided. So, couple examples of some good eye gear: safety glasses and goggles, safety shields, eye guards, helmets with safety visors. These are all different protective gears that the American Academy of Ophthalmology suggests to wear when you are working around the house or doing stuff out in the yard, or if you're in construction or whatever that might be. Okay. Go. What are eye guards? Well, they protect your eyes. I can send a picture. I should have put a picture of them on the screen. So after this class, Joe, I will get a picture if you want to stay on for a second, and I'll show you what they are. Good question. Okay. Got a couple of more. Okay. Okay, awesome. All right. Sounds good, Joe. Okay. Clue for tip number 5. Eating blank and blank can help with your eye health. So this is two fill in the blanks. So we got
Carrots
fresh
and broccoli.
carrots and broccoli. All right. We have eating healthy. We have eating fresh fruits and healthy foods, carrots and more carrots, vegetables and fruit. Let's see, fruits and vegetables. Okay. All right, let's see how you guys did. And the answer is you were very, very, very close. So eating a balanced diet and exercising can help with your eye health. So we want to make sure that we are choosing to eat plenty of fruits and vegetables, including all the colors of the rainbow. So deep leafy greens, reds, orange, yellows, blues, purples. We want to try and get some omega-3 fats in our diet. So there have been studies that show that fish that are high in omega-3 fats, like salmon, tuna, and halibut, can help with eye health. We want to try and keep our saturated fats under control for overall health. Maintaining a healthy weight for you, and it's important to talk to your doctor about what is right for you. We want to make sure that we are exercising for at least 30 minutes a day to help keep medical conditions under control. And make sure you're working with your doctor to keep medical conditions such as blood pressure, diabetes, etc., under control to help with eye health. So I want to go back really quick and talk about this exercise for at least 30 minutes per day. So if you've been on our classes before, you've heard us say that 30 minutes doesn't have to be in one chunk during the day. You can break that up throughout the day. So if 30 minutes doesn't seem like something you can do at one point during the whole day, you can break that up. You can do 5 minutes when you wake up, and 5 minutes after breakfast, and 5 minutes at lunch, and 5 minutes in the afternoon. So you can totally break it up. We just want to try and keep that, make sure that we're exercising for at least 30 minutes per day. And of course, eating that balanced diet that is loaded with plenty of fruits and vegetables. All right. Any questions before we move on? Okay, I think we have 2 or 3 more tips on here, and then I want to have a little discussion about some of the things that you hope and plan to do to help with your eye health this week. But one thing I do want to mention is that this class will probably not make the whole 1 hour mark. It'll probably be closer to 30 or 45 minutes, just so in case you have any thing to get to or and have to leave early. That is how this class is going to run. Okay. All right. Clue for tip number 6. Say no to blank because it increases your risk for eye issues as well as other health issues. Any ideas? This one's a little bit tougher. Okay, maybe it's not as tough as I thought it was. All right, Nikki got it right away. Smoking, yes, that is correct. So, smoking is not only harmful on our lungs, but it also can cause issues for the eyes. So, smoking has been shown to increase the risk of eye diseases such as macular degeneration, cataracts, and optic nerve damage. Smoke and secondhand smoke can cause dry eye, and smoking also increases the risk of developing cardiovascular diseases, which can also impact your eye health as well. So there are a lot of different resources that can help with smoking. If anybody needs any resources, I am more than happy to share those in the chat after this class. There are quite a few really great resources to help with that, and something to just keep in mind is, like I said up here, that it can impact all different parts of our bodies, so including the lungs, but also the eyes and the rest of our body. So something to keep in mind. Okay, I think this is the last clue, or we have one more after this. So, clue for tip number 7 is give your eyes a break. Staring at these for too long can contribute to eye strain. Any guesses? All right, Joe said computer. Nikki said screens. Anything else? Computer screen, phone screens, computer? Man, you guys are very good, very smart group. That is correct. The answer is screens. So, a couple of things. I really want to quickly talk about the myth and the fact before we talk about how we can help reduce eye strain. So, there is a myth that says using computer screens, or TV screens, etc., phone screens damages eyes. But the fact is actually using a computer does not damage your eye health. However, staring at a computer screen all day can contribute to eye strain or tired eyes. So when we are staring at computer screens or phone screens or iPad screens for a very long time, we tend to not blink often as usual, which can cause our eyes to feel dry and uncomfortable. So that comes from Harvard Health. And when I was getting some of this information from the sources, there was a really interesting article, which I would love to show you if anybody wants to stay on, since we're going to finish this class a little early, about different myths about eye health and different facts about eye health. So I actually learned quite a bit, and I thought it was very, very interesting. So if you have a minute to stay on after this class, I'd love to bring those up so you can see. And while we're talking about that, I do want to talk a little bit about how we can help to reduce our eye strain. So there is a rule, it's called the 20-20-20 rule, which can help reduce eye strain. And what that is every 20 minutes while you're staring at a screen, look away from your screen about 20 feet in front of you for another 20 seconds. So something to keep in mind is when we're taking eye breaks, we don't want to take a break from our computer screen and then automatically switch right to our phone screen, or take a break from our phone screen and then switch to our iPad screen. So when we're taking a screen break, we want to make sure we are taking a break from all screens. We want to try and remember to blink often. I know that's something that just comes naturally to all of us, but a lot of times when you're staring at a computer, you might forget to blink or tend not to blink as often. So try and remind yourself consciously to blink. And then finally, reducing glares or reflections on your screens can also help reduce eye strain. Okay, last tip. I thought we had one more. Clue for tip number 8, keep the blank away. This one's a pretty vague one, so this one might be the hardest clue out of all of them. Okay, Motorola said alcohol. Any other guesses? Dust, dirt. Okay. All glasses. All right, all good guesses. The correct answer for this one is to keep the germs away. So, we want to make sure we're keeping the germs away from our eyes, and we can do that by washing our hands before we put them close to your eyes. And then if you wear contacts, making sure that you are putting in and taking out your contacts after washing your hands. So we want to make sure we're not touching our eyes or getting close to your eyes with dirty hands, because this is a very easy way for germs to get transitioned. We want to make sure that you're disinfecting contacts properly. So again, if you wear contacts, making sure to follow the instructions on how to disinfect them correctly. And then also not sharing makeup. So we're making sure we're washing and disinfecting our brushes if you wear makeup, making sure you're replacing old makeup and removing makeup before going to bed. So my sister is a cosmetologist, and when I was in high school, I had makeup, and I just, I didn't really do anything with it. I just brought it with me as I was moving on with my life. And my sister was doing my makeup one day, and she looked at my container of makeup, and this was probably 5 years after I graduated high school. And she was like, "Isabel, are these still your makeup palettes from when you were in high school?" And I had told her yes, and she was appalled. And right then and there, she threw away all of my makeup, and I had to get new and replace my makeup. So it is not good to wear old makeup. So we want to make sure that we are replacing that, washing and disinfecting all of those good things. Okay. So now I want to know from you all, what are you going to do to protect your eyes this week? Any of these tips kind of ring true to you, where you're thinking to yourself, wow, that would be a really great thing for me to practice this week?
I have a question and a statement. The statement is, when I was 26, I was pregnant with my fourth live birth. I was pregnant with my fourth live birth. And my eyes kept coming together. So I went to the eye doctor, and he said the baby is taking what it needs from you. And I asked him, I said, okay, after I have her, am I gonna get my eyesight back? My eyes not gonna be crossed? He said, no, your eyes are what they are now. But you your eyes are getting bad because your baby pulling what it needs from you. And um and the statement that I have is, okay, this generation coming up is a tablet generation. My grandkids have tablets, and they on their tablets all the time. And I tell my kids, it's like the TV. You know how when you was a kid, you sit close to the TV, your grandma say, "Get back." I'll be telling them to put them tablets down because your eyes gonna be messed up, but they constantly on there. And I'm like, and they're like, "Oh, give them something to do." No, it's making them blind. Take them outside and let them play. Take them
Oh,
outside. Take them somewhere. Get them off them tablets and take them somewhere, because them tablets is destroying their eyes.
that is such an interesting statement, Essie, because it is really interesting when we look at all the generations and see how different the generations are. Because when I was growing up, I was like on the end or the beginning cusp, I guess, of that. So when I graduated high school, tablets and stuff were really becoming a thing. So I was lucky enough to kind of skip the tablet you know wanting to always be on the tablet. But I do know that I've got, nieces and nephews and all of that who also really love their tablets. So it's just an interesting thing how our world changes, how technology has become such integrated into our culture. So it's very interesting how it changes. So thank you, Essie, for sharing that. All right. Okay, so we got a couple of people
And,
on.
and I will go buy me some sunglasses probably this week.
Fabulous.
I
I
have
love it. I
some.
think
I have some, but I need another pair. So yeah.
I love it. I think that's a great excuse. I love it, to get new glasses. That is my favorite thing ever. I love going to the sunglass places and shopping for new sunglasses. I think it's super fun. Thank you, Essie, so much for sharing. And then in the chat, we have people saying better diet, making an eye doctor appointment, wearing sunglasses, remembering to put sunglasses on when they're walking their dog outside, 20-20-20 rule, washing with clean cold water. wearing eyewear when doing gardening, seeing the eye doctor, eating more vegetables, plus wearing sunglasses. Motorola, should we wear them when driving? Yes, that is a good question. Yep, when we're outside and we're exposed to the sun, or even when we're in, cloudy weather, you should definitely be wearing sunglasses. All right. Thank you so much, everybody, for sharing all of that. So, if anybody wants to read any more about how to take care of their eyes and eye health, these were the sources that I collected this information from, and these are great reputable sources if you want to dig deeper into how you can take care of your eyes. But knowing that your eye doctor is going to know how to individually treat your eyes. So for those of you that want to stay on to see the myth versus fact, I will stop sharing my screen for a second so I can close out this PowerPoint, and then I will bring you to the website so you can see the myth versus fact. For those of you that do not want to stay on for that, thank you so much for coming, and I hope that you learned a little bit of how you can take care of your eyes. I'll also stop the recording here as well. So, okay.